Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Start from Seed. Today, I have an enormous list of stuff that I need to get done. Um, we had a lot of heat last weekend, and it was just too miserable to do anything. And then we had storms. And if you follow me on Instagram, then you'll know that those storms caused some damage out into the vegetable garden as well. And I've been working on that, getting that taken care of. So this list has piled up and it's a bunch of little stuff, and I really don't want to do it, but I'm going to have to get it done. So I'm going to take you with me, as I always like to do. And Olivia's going to come along too, and we're going to see how much stuff we can knock off of this list this weekend. For me to fertilize my vegetable garden. My tomatoes get fed about every 2 weeks. That's what I was told from the people from Espoma a few weeks ago. And according to the package directions, using the garden tone on things like the peppers and the eggplants, I should be doing that about once a month during the growing season. So I'm just going to hurry up and try to knock this out. I'm just going to side dress, and how I'm going to do that is, let me double check the instructions here. I'm pretty sure 3 tablespoons around each plant. Okay, so I am out here in the vegetable garden, and I'm going to fertilize the tomato plants as well as fertilize some of these pepper plants. The tomatoes have already been fertilized twice this year. Once when I first planted them, and then again about 2 weeks ago. When I talked to the folks at Espoma, they had suggested that I feed the tomato plants about every 2 weeks. And pepper plants, according to the package direction for the other vegetables in your garden, about once a month during the growing season. So that's what I'm going to do today. Just going to side dress around them, water them in, water the fertilizer in a little bit, and then get going on the rest of my projects for today. According to the package directions, I just have to put 3 tablespoons in a narrow band around the plant here. And this is organic, and I don't know if you can see or hear Olivia there in the background. It's one of the reasons that I use a lot of organic products, because I have pets, because I live out in the country. We do get a lot of animal visitors to the yard, from rabbits to deer, fox. So I don't want to put any poisons out here at all. It's not needed. I don't think that's a very good narrow band, but you know, I'm doing my best. something I forgot to mention, when you put the fertilizer down, as you can see, I got it around here in a circle. Hello, little harvestman. Let's see if we can, oh, he disappeared. There he goes. One of the things you want to do is you want to scratch this fertilizer into the soil. So you could either do this with your fingers. Sometimes I just take the spoon and scratch it in. And I think what I'm going to do today is, because you have to water this in, I think I'm just going to turn on the drip for a little bit. We didn't get any rain yesterday, and even though we've had a lot of rain, it was so dry. These beds pretty much soaked it up. So, and they probably could use a little dose of fertilizer after the week that they've had. So I'm going to continue doing this, get into my peppers, and then once I'm all done, I'm just going to turn on the drip hose. Olivia has joined us. She loves hanging around that bean pole right there. She's just not amused right now, but she'll get there. Oh, it's getting humid out here right now. Another thing that I need to do, so I finished up down at the vegetable garden, and there's a few issues that I'm having down there that I'm going to have to do a little bit of research and see what's going on. I think one of my tomato plants, one of my aromas, has blight, early blight, and then I'm seeing spots on an heirloom tomato on the lower leaves clear on the other side of the garden. So I think I'm going to have to address that tonight with some fungicide on the heirloom, and I think I'm probably going to have to pull that Roma. It has a lot of tomatoes on it, but okay. So I have this gorgeous lily here. Look at this thing. I did not plant this. The house belonged to a green thumb, and she had a lot of great stuff out here, and these are doing really well. This flower bed here, there's like nothing in it. This is a limelight hydrangea. I can never quite say that correctly. And I've had some issues with this. I'm starting to see a little bit of iron deficiency in here. She's got a little bit of yellowing. And then this damage here, oh, this was caused from those striped cucumber beetles, and they attacked this plant first thing in the spring after I've babied it. Now we've had a little bit of trouble with this plant, and I'm thinking that this is the year that maybe it will either creep or leap. Anytime you plant something new like this, the saying is the first year they sleep, the second year they creep, and the third year they leap. So last year it got zapped by the frost, so I lost all the blossoms. This year I babied it a little bit, I covered it with boxes, and oh my gosh, it was just, you know, whatever I could to save it. And then I have a lot of spring bulbs in this bed, and as you see right now, there is nothing going on. So I bought some flowers. Let me take you to those. What we are working with here, I bought these dahlias at the store yesterday because I need anything to go in there and give some color while that hydrangea is doing her thing. And I bought 4 different kinds. This one here, I'm not even going to try to pronounce these. Montana dahlia, something red dahlia. This one says Carolina on it. And then this pink one here. I don't know if I'm going to use all 4. I didn't realize I bought 4. I thought I bought 5. I must have there was a white one, and I must have put it back down. So it's going to be weird to have like an even number over there. So I'm just going to play around and see what I got. Lay them out there and see how it goes. Let me gather up my flower planting supplies. Okay, everybody, I'm out front of my house today, and the sun is beaming down. It's barely 1 o'clock, and it's also a holiday weekend, so there's a lot of traffic out here. So I'm going to try to talk loud, and I hope you can hear me. My neighbors can probably hear me at this point as well. I don't have a microphone, but ooh, butterflies, someday I will. Can we just take a moment and look at this gorgeous limoncello and royal velvet? So what I did decide to do is I think I'm going to put all 4 plants down. It's a direct sunlight. This area gets a lot of full on sun. It doesn't get much protection from the wind. It just beams sun all day long. So these plant flowers I think are going to do really well here. It says they get 12 to 18 inches high, and they bloom spring, summer, and fall. So that'll be really pretty. I have the red, the burgundy, the yellow, and this beautiful pink. And the hydrangea is a limelight. Hi, Olivia. You gonna come and hang out with us? The hydrangea is a limelight, so it's going to bloom and it's going to be green. And then once fall approaches, it'll turn, those green flowers will turn like a beautiful dusty rose. And I'm looking forward to that this year because there are a lot of blossoms on this hydrangea this year, so I'm really hoping it blooms really well. So I'm gonna go ahead and start digging the holes for these. Olivia's gonna help me, of course. I'm gonna drop in some flower tone and I'm gonna water everything in. Later tonight, I'll go ahead and throw some of this mulch down because it'll make the flowers pop. It'll also help retain some of the moisture, and the mulch is also going to help feed this horrible clay soil that I've been dealing with since I moved here. I don't know what happened, but all the footage of the final product of the garden bed or the flower bed is missing, and so is all the footage of me weed eating and mulching up the other flower bed in front of the house. So I'm gonna flip you around and I'm gonna show you the final product here. Okay, so it's not much. It really isn't. There's just these 4 little flowers. I threw a rock in here and these old little frogs. And these are going to grow. They're going to look beautiful. I cannot wait. And then over here is my Supertunia Vista bed. There's my... Wanted it too. I thought they would have taken over much more now. And I see that 9 just isn't enough, but it is looking Very beautiful. And you can see I have another bed that still needs mulched up. Let's not look at that. Oh, oh. Yes, Miss Livy. She is not happy today. Uh-huh. Yeah, I changed your beds, didn't I? I changed the mulch beds, huh? The flower beds. She's not going to be happy. Yeah. Oh. You just going to roll around the driveway? You look at you. You're filthy. Filthy. And I'm out here with socks. It was a very, very busy weekend. Got a lot of things done. Still a lot to check off my list, and I still have a few more days so I can get that out of there. I want to thank you for hanging out with me today and for hanging out with Olivia. If you like this video, make sure you like it, give it a good thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments or something you want to see, feel free to leave it down there below. Thanks again, everybody, and happy gardening.